Who would you want to see on the cover of NHL 24?
Yeah, I mean, I'll do it again. I'll go for the hat trick if they want me.
It's cover athlete time for NHL 24. Via the EA NHL Twitter account, we found out that we will see who the NHL 24 cover athlete is tomorrow on Twitter, August 14th. Always a ton of speculation on who is going to be the cover athlete for essentially every sports game, but this year, in my opinion, we need some redemption. Ever since NHL 20, they've gone away from the traditional action shot that we saw from prior games and gone to a more artistic view, especially NHL 23. And while the cover athlete really doesn't mean as much as it used to, NHL 23 was definitely one of the least inspiring artistic covers in my opinion. Now, there are a ton of options for this year's cover. I think some intriguing ones would be Connor Bedard. He hasn't stepped foot on the ice in the NHL yet, but he enters the league as one of the most known players already, and he hasn't played a single shift. When you think back to prior cover athlete selections, they tend to go for more marketing purposes and not so much a top-end player. For example, Trevor Zegras has pulled off some of the most highlight reel moves we've seen in the last 2 decades, and I guarantee you a lot of non-hockey fans probably know who Trevor Zegras is more than Leon Draisaitl, which is a shame, but that's just how it goes when it comes to marketing the game. Even MLB 23, they went with Jazz Chisholm, who is one of the most charismatic players there is, but when it comes to just on-the-field talent, doesn't match up with some of the other guys that haven't really gotten a cover athlete shot yet. Now, the EA NHL TikTok account, it looks like they've confirmed we're going to get an action shot for the cover of NHL 24. They released a clip of showing Nasher and getting his reactions to this year's cover athlete, and he goes ahead and states that we're getting an action shot.
Action shot is actually nuts. I'm a big fan of the action shot. They're actually really unique, so they've stepped out a little bit.
So there has been a lot of speculation as to who's going to be on this cover for quite some time, especially after the season he had. My bet's on Jack Hughes. I mean, he checks off the boxes in terms of being marketable, and he's also one of the best young players in the NHL. You've also got some other outstanding players that just simply haven't been on the cover yet. Nathan MacKinnon would be one and a very fitting option. Or how about Sidney Crosby finally? Now, I know that's on Sid. He's been the one that doesn't want to be on the cover, but I feel like at some point he's got to grace the cover of an NHL game. One of the more hinted players is Rasmus Dahlin. He has been all over EA NHL socials, doing some motion capture and being at the NHL Community Day. Now, if you're trying to go way too in-depth in terms of speculation when it comes to Hockey Ultimate Team, I'd love to see a cover athlete card put into the game at launch again. It hasn't been since NHL 20 that we've actually got a specific card at release for pre-ordering the game that was for the cover athlete. Back in NHL 20, we got a Austin Matthews card for pre-ordering the game. Back in NHL 19, just for owning the prior games on your console, you got a cover athlete item for Jonathan Toews, McDavid, and Vladimir Tarasenko. I would love to see them do something like that again. And if that was the case, I'd love Rasmus Dahlin. That'd be a sick card at launch. The guy's huge. Defensemen are always kind of slower, so maybe a higher rated Dahlin card would slap. Now we're gonna find out exactly who is on the cover of NHL 24 on August 14th. I would expect it around 11 a.m. to noon Eastern time. And then after that, make sure you are here on August 16th. If you want to watch live and get the reaction of the reveal trailer, be sure to tune into my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/nosleeves12. I'll then have an in-depth breakdown of everything that is shown in the trailer. I'll also have some footage I was able to record at my time in EA. So make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Let's hear your predictions down below on this year's cover athlete. I'll see you next time.